appreciate you hanging out here while I was finishing up with a patient and getting everything scheduled and that sort of thing. So apologies and thank you very much.
I'm guilty.
Again, we're going to talk about holiday stress and how we can kind of mitigate it or lessen it. You know, stress is a part of our life every single day. Regardless of how much we try to control it, that's probably the hardest thing to do, is to think that we're in control, because we're absolutely not in control. Something will intervene to mess us up, and so we just have to kind of go with the flow. Pre-planning does help so that we can get the ball rolling, and that when we have those little mess ups, we can still keep on flowing nice and easily. So the one thing that we do talk about, money is a big stressor for a lot of people. So setting a budget, and make sure you stick to your budget. You know, at the end of the day, no one is ever thrilled about the fact that you've spent X number of dollars on their present. They're just thrilled that you thought about them and that they're getting something from you. And so setting a budget and staying within that budget so that you're comfortable at the end of the holidays and you realize you didn't spend more than you expected to spend, and that you've got money for bills and holiday shopping and food. Making a list, making sure that you don't forget anybody on that list is a great way to help maintain the budget. And then again, knowing how much you're going to spend. Begin saving now. I actually recommend folks start saving at the beginning of the following year. When I was a kiddo, we used to have Christmas accounts at the bank. I don't know if they do those anymore, but we can actually open up a small savings account and slowly put money into that account, knowing that this money is going to be dedicated to the holidays next year. This year, we can just start by putting a little bit of money aside as we would for any big expense that might be coming up. We can also skip going to restaurants to save a little bit of money and cook at home. Not to mention, cooking at home, you are actually going to get a better quality food cooking at home, because you know what's going in that meal. And so when we're at a restaurant and we're eating out, then we're not always exactly sure what we're getting or how much cross-contamination there is. No holiday, and this is a big one for me, perfection. I want everything to work well, look well, be well, and there be no hiccups. That is not realistic. And still working on that one. But understanding that the people really are there to spend time with you. They're not there for the perfect house or the perfect meal. And another non-perfect story on my account is that over the last couple of years, I've tried to do the natural turkeys. So I've spent quite a bit of money and effort to cook these natural turkeys. I have just not been personally successful with that. So my last 3 holiday meals in a row, the turkey has been a big bust. You have to cut the darn thing with a chainsaw. That's not cool. The turkey is supposed to be the masterpiece of the holidays, and mine you have to, use a chainsaw to try to get in there. Everything else comes out amazing. So this year we're going to do something different. I haven't decided what that's going to be, but we are definitely doing something different. Try not to reach for unobtainable goals. Try not to be that perfect person and set yourself up for failure. Know that there are going to be some hiccups along the way. Schedule some personal downtime. If you are going to work, taking care of kids, taking care of parents, taking care of yourself, please don't put yourself last. Do something special for yourself. Put yourself on your Christmas list. Whether that means going to get your hair cut or getting a massage, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, walking around Lake Hollingsworth, because everybody's going to start putting out their holiday decorations. Do something for you that's actually going to be enjoyable and relaxing. Make sure that we're walking and exercising. Exercising does remove stress. When we're out there and we're breathing that fresh air and we're hearing the birds chirp and we're seeing the dogs and cats running everywhere, that's actually fun and relaxing. We see other people enjoying themselves, and then we get a chance to relax and enjoy ourselves. Again, remember to put me time on your to-do list, because taking care of you is going to be the most important thing you can do, because when your family and friends come, they're going to see a beautiful, relaxed you, and they're going to love that. Christmas cards. We were talking about Christmas cards this afternoon with the patient, and when we came back from Southeast Asia in 2003, I had 150 people on my Christmas card list because I was sending cards to Southeast Asia and Australia. That has come down significantly. I'm at the 75 mark now, but I find that if I don't start my Christmas cards early, I'm just stressed, and it becomes not a fun, enjoyable activity for the holidays to reach out to friends and family that are far away, but it becomes something that I feel like I have to do. And at the holidays, I just don't want to feel like I have to do anything. By the way, all of you will be receiving Christmas cards. That is my thing. I do love sending out Christmas cards, and so check your mailboxes during the holidays. You'll be getting one. We're going to start thinking about our menu. So if you're going out to a friend or family, you might be bringing something with you. Start gathering your ingredients now. Start thinking about what you might want to bring. And remember, not all of your family and friends are going to be eating the way that you are trying to eat. So if you are trying to eat good, bring a good pie. Bring a good tray full of stuffing. Bring some fruit or vegetable trays that you know you're going to have something at your friends or family's house that's going to be good for you and good for them. And it's going to help to mitigate some of the bad things that we might eat while we're not at home, especially if we're traveling. There are lots of things that you can make now and freeze for the holidays. A lot of pies and cakes, the good quality pies and cakes, can be cooked and frozen now. A lot of the stuffings. And as a matter of fact, Michelle was fabulous. She put in, don't forget to attend our November seminar. We're going to be talking about good food. So I'm going to be giving you recipes for 4 of my favorite good foods for the holidays. One of them is going to be homemade cranberry sauce, and there is nothing that smells better in the house than cooking cranberry sauce. It is just so fragrant and beautiful. And the colors are gorgeous, and you can just see the little cranberries popping. The first time I made my homemade cranberry sauce, it was eaten out of the pot before we even sat down for the holidays. I had to make a second batch. That's how popular it was. I also have a great homemade stuffing. There's no grains. And so these are the types of things that you can bring with you to family functions. Gift wrapping. Buy your gift wrapping inexpensively. Michelle and I were talking about this today. Use old things that you have in the house, old beautiful fabrics that you haven't seen in years. Surprise your family with creativity. Michelle said her dad's got tons of old maps that he's just stacked up. She's just going to cut them out and make fun things out of those old maps and use some of those old maps to wrap up her Christmas presents. The dollar store actually has great Christmas wrap. So do things like that. There are usually some drives at the beginning of the year for some of the schools if you're into fundraising, and you can pre-buy your Christmas paper. Start wrapping your gifts right away. Normally folks will wait till the very last minute to wrap their presents, and then again it becomes something that we have to do instead of something that we enjoy doing. So start wrapping your Christmas gifts early. These are some non-fun holiday facts. 8 out of 10 Americans anticipate some type of holiday stress. 2/3 of Americans claim that holiday finances are a significant reason why they have that holiday stress. So again, we don't have to spend a lot of money to tell our loved ones that we love them. 50% of people feel obligated to families during the holidays. We have to see our families. If something is not going well in a family, make sure that you're carving out time so that you're like, okay, I'm going to be with the family and then I'm going to remove myself from the family. You've showed up, you've done your duty, now it's time for you to take care of you for the holidays. 40% of adults report overeating, and we all know that that has happened in the past. Eat comfortably. Bring something home if you would like. keep the bad things at the place that you were and only bring home the good things. That way you're not ruining your diet from Halloween to Thanksgiving, from Thanksgiving to Christmas, from Christmas to New Year. We're consolidating those bad choices to one day, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day, and the rest of the time we're recovering and we're eating good quality foods so that the body is being nourished. 5% increase in cardiovascular events. So please, don't let the holidays make you a statistic. Come on in. Let us help you through your stress. If things are not going well and you're feeling stressed out, we've got some great supplementation here that can help you through the holiday stress. Once the holiday stress is gone, that supplementation is going to go right down. So we don't have to trudge through the holidays alone. You can actually get some support. Make travel plans early. We all know that travel books up, and if you're going to be flying or traveling where you're using some type of transportation like a train or a bus, please get to the airport or the station 2 hours ahead of time. You're not the only one who's going to be traveling. There's going to be kiddos. There are going to be people who haven't traveled in a long time. There are going to be older people who need the help. So get there super early. That way you're on the other side of TSA checkpoint, you're kicked back, you're having a coffee, and you're reading a book. No stress. We're going to prepare our holiday outfits. Most of us are not going to lose 50 pounds before Christmas. So love yourself for who you are. Prepare your holiday outfit so that you're comfortable and that you're already ready. We're going to organize and declutter. So if you're having people coming over, get your spouses, get your kiddos to help you declutter and start putting out your holiday decorations sooner than later. Again, we've already talked about pre-shopping for our Christmas gifts and also Christmas wrapping. If you're traveling, make your pet arrangements. Poor pets, they end up getting left behind, or we forget and then they become a source of stress because we're like, what am I going to do with Fido? What am I going to do with Kitty Cat? So whoever's going to be staying around, get friends or family to help you with that, or also make sure that you make plans for a kennel situation. If you're going to make homemade gifts, start making them sooner than later. And I think we're a little bit on the late side unless they're going to be simple, but I would always start my homemade holiday gifts in January or February. That way, by the time Christmas is coming, there is no stress in making those homemade holiday gifts. People love those, the crochets, the paintings, the wicker, they love that. A quick holiday pantry list. So remember, we're always looking for good quality oils. Coconut oil, avocado oil, those are going to be our good quality cooking oils. We're looking for natural sugars. Remember, we always say that sugar behaves the exact same way inside the body, but refined white sugar is dead and it doesn't give us any nutrients. Maple syrup, honey, those types of sugars are actually going to give our bodies vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes. So they're going to nourish us. So use those good quality sugars for your sweets. We're going to use extracts and not flavorings. So we're going to be using vanilla extract, almond extract, because those have actually been soaked and they've extracted the nutrients from those products. Flavorings are usually chemical concoctions that are artificial. So please use a good quality. Our better quality flours like cassava flour, almond flour, coconut flour. Of course, cinnamon and ginger, what is a holiday without those? Nutmeg, tapioca starch, molasses, another good quality sugar. All of our nuts and seeds, so pecans, almonds, walnuts, those are all going to be great quality things. Unsweetened coconuts, and then of course our organic broths. Remember what the season is about. Take that deep breath. Have fun. Look at the holidays through children's eyes. They are all about fun. A weird little adage. We have a brand new puppy. His name is Roman. He is an Australian Labradoodle. He is going to be 11 months in November and 12 months for Christmas. One of the things that I've discovered, and this is the first dog I've ever discovered this with, so please forgive me for being so weird. I'm seeing things for the first time through a new being's eyes. So when he goes outside and plays around and he grabs the moss and he's throwing it up, I'm like, he's never seen moss before. That is so cool. He doesn't know what it is, so he's going to bite it and he's going to wrestle with it and he's going to play with it. When we first started walking him down our street, he would yip at garbage cans. That was the first time he had seen a garbage can. And instead of getting angry with him, for the first time in my life, I actually was like, wow, this is this live being's first time experiencing this. And when you change your mind about how you see things happening, and it opens up your heart and you're like, this is so cool to experience this for the first time. And so if we stop trying to make things happen and just let them happen, it is so much more fun. Again, if you need any help with stress, for any reason, I'm here. A lot of our appointments are out 2, 3, 4 weeks, but if something happens on a weekend and you're feeling super stressed, call the office. I'm here for you guys. I'm glad to get you in. We'll fit you in the schedule. We'll help you get through a stressful situation. That way when you come out on the other end, January of 2020, coming up soon, we'll all be ready for 2020 and a brand new year, and we'll feel good to start that brand new year. Lastly, we have a quote. What is Christmas? It is tenderness for the past, courage for the present, and hope for the future. We can't change what's happened in the past, but we can definitely learn some beautiful lessons and make a difference. The future is what we make of it moment by moment, every single choice or decision we make when they're right in front of us. And being hopeful for the future, hopeful for peace, hopeful for joy, hopeful for health. Does anyone have any questions or anything to add that might be helpful for folks who are listening on Facebook Live? All right. We actually have created, and I'm sorry, I see someone back there who's not going to be thrilled about this particular delight. Sorry, but we have guacamole tonight. We have homemade guacamole. It's got a little bit of kale in it. So remember, we are always trying to hide good things in other good things so that people who don't like kale won't taste kale. Kiddos who might not like something, we can hide those things in some good quality shakes or fruits or pies or things like guacamole, things that they do like. And we have actually found a cassava flour chip that we're going to use to dip the guacamole tonight. So we'll turn off all of this Facebook Live stuff and the camera, and we'll serve up some good guacamole. And you have the recipe for this guacamole in your handouts tonight.
Anybody can make it.
It's super easy. Super easy.